If you're a firefighter or EMS professional, law enforcement officer, military, active duty, reserve, or veteran, a healthcare professional, or an educator trying to decide whether 2026 is a smart time to buy a home, I want you to hear this first. The uncertainty you're feeling isn't because you're bad at decision making. It's because you're being hit with conflicting advice, dramatic headlines, zero real context. In this video, I'm going to slow things down and walk you through what's actually happening in St. Charles County and St. Louis County so you can decide what makes sense for you and not the internet. So a quick introduction before we go any further. My name is Chris. I'm a local realtor here in the St. Charles County area. I specialize in working with firefighters, EMS professionals, law enforcement officers, military, whether active duty, reserve, or veteran, healthcare professionals, and educators. I focus on this particular group for a very personal reason. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. I'm also a former police officer, and I'm married to a special education teacher. So this just isn't a niche to me, it's my whole world. I understand unpredictable schedules, real responsibility, and the weight of decisions that affect your family long after the uniform comes off. My job isn't just to hype up the market or to push people into making bad decisions. It's to give you clarity, structure, and information so you can make a move that you won't regret later. Most buyers I talk to now aren't afraid of buying a house. They're afraid of regretting the purchase later. Overpaying, buying at the wrong time, watching the market change right after they commit. That fear comes from being told 3 different stories at the same time, and none of them explain the full picture. Here's the real issue most buyers miss. The problem isn't whether 2026 is a good year or a bad year to buy. The problem is trying to make a long-term decision using short-term headlines. When you don't understand the environment you're buying in, every option feels risky, and that's when people freeze. Waiting feels safe, but it's not free. Rent keeps going up, equity doesn't build, and inflation doesn't pause while you decide. I'm not saying everybody should be buying right now. I am saying that waiting without a plan quietly costs people more than they expect. The reason I focus so much on education is because the people that I work with can't afford to get this wrong. Firefighters, EMS professionals, law enforcement officers, military families, healthcare professionals, and educators. These are people who value structure, predictability, and informed decisions. My role is to replace pressure with clarity. Confident buyers don't start with houses. They start with numbers, comfort, and risk tolerance. We look at monthly payments, not just price, taxes and insurance, not just rates, and lifestyle, not just inventory. Structure removes anxiety, randomness creates it. St. Charles County prices are still relatively strong, but homes are taking longer to sell. This gives buyers time to think, inspect, and negotiate again. In St. Louis County, the market is more uneven. Some areas are still competitive while other areas have cooled off. This market rewards informed buyers, not rushed ones. There is no perfect time to buy a home. There's only the right decision for your situation. Waiting for the perfect conditions usually costs people years. If you're a firefighter or EMS professional, law enforcement officer, military, active duty reserve or veteran, a healthcare professional, or an educator, and you want clear information without pressure, here are your options. You can text a keyword to 636-251-3614, and I'll send you the right information based on what you're looking for. Text HERO to learn more about the Homes for Heroes program. Text VA for the VA Buyer's Guide. Text BUY for buyer resources, and text SELL for seller resources. No sales pitch, just information that you can review on your own time. If this video helped you, please subscribe. More clarity is coming.